Barcelona won, Real Madrid 4, and that's honestly one of the most embarrassing and pathetic performances I've seen from Barcelona in a really long time. And Real Madrid completely deserved to win that game. They were the better team, they came in with a plan, and Barcelona did not. They looked horrible the entire game and deservedly lost, and it should have been 6-7-1. If Real Madrid wanted to, it could have been a few more goals on top of that. I've defended Xavi a lot, but of course serious questions have to be asked about him after this game, because don't get me wrong, the players were horrible, but his tactics and his setup into this game, it played into Real Madrid's strength. It's almost like they had a meeting before the game and said, how can we help Real Madrid the most? Let's play exactly like that. For me, the moment I knew that Barcelona were most likely going to lose this game was when the starting lineup came out. And Xavi most of the time in Clásicos has played it safe, but with two attackers, with Ferran Torres and Lewandowski, and Roberto in the midfield, I just don't know what you expected. You're coming up against Vinicius and Rodrigo, and you play the highest line possible. And of course, within 10 minutes of the game, you're down 2 goals. And you know how good Real Madrid is on the counterattack, and you say, let's give them as much space as possible. Let's make it easy for them to go on and score. And they were one-on-one with the goalkeeper multiple times in this game. Roberto has played well in the last few weeks, but why are you putting him into this system and not playing towards his strength? You're putting him as a left midfielder, and he had, maybe 5 touches on the ball this entire game? And of course, your defense has been all over the place this year, but last game, you have one of the best defensive displays that we've seen in a long time at Barcelona, and you switch up the back line. I get Araujo marking Vinicius, but that obviously did not work in this game. And I understand if Araujo is going to be on Vinicius one-on-one multiple times, because Araujo is Barcelona's best one-on-one defender, but that just did not happen in this game. Most of the time Vinicius was dangerous was through the middle. And individually, the defenders were all terrible, but I'm not going to blame them because Xavi set them up to fail. And then one of the most frustrating parts of this was, in the first 45 minutes, you're playing bad. Like, there is no doubt about it. Barcelona is not playing good, and Real Madrid looks like the more dangerous and the team that is going to go on and win this game, and Xavi comes out with the same exact lineup from the 45th minute to the 60th minute. Why? If your team is playing terrible and they're losing 3-1, why do you not make a change at halftime? Why do you wait until the 60th minute? And of course, it was too late for Barcelona at that point. And you can make as many excuses as you want, but the reality is that Real Madrid is a much better team than Barcelona right now, of course. And it's just such an embarrassing performance. The entire team was all over the place. The defense was so unorganized. But of course, why are they playing that high line? I'll never understand that. Lewandowski, of course, I've slandered him a lot, but that's one of the best strikes I've seen from a Barcelona player in a really long time. But when you have a front two of Lewandowski and Ferran Torres, I just don't know how you expect a better result than this. Of course, this is a really bad performance, but the way that Barcelona is playing this season, they will not win a trophy, and deservedly so. They are not a trophy-winning team. I think I'm going to make a separate video about Xavi and his performance today because it was just terrible, and deservedly Barcelona lost. It's no one's fault other than Xavi and the players. And the setup was truly horrible. You're playing towards your opponent's strengths. I just don't know why Barcelona would ever do that, and unsurprisingly, they were down 2-0 within 10 minutes. And it's honestly one of those games, and it's been one of those seasons where question marks need to be asked about every single player and the coach. And congratulations to Real Madrid. They deservedly won this game. There was no doubts that they should not have won this game. For Barcelona, you can't go into a game with those tactics and that starting lineup and expect a different outcome. There's just no way. And it's been the same story this entire season. With the squad that Barcelona has, they cannot be performing like this. And again, it could have been worse. If Real Madrid wanted to, it could have been 6-7-1 at the end of the game. And if you're content with it being 4-1, if you are accepting of that scoreline, then that's a really bad sign because your team got completely dominated. And for Barcelona, in terms of performances, it almost can't get much worse than this because that was truly terrible. Really embarrassing for Barcelona, but congratulations to Real Madrid because it's fully deserved.